They lie and they lie and they lie. This is one of the most frustrating things about our public discourse. Scarcely is there robust adult conversations. It's dominated by nonsense, which I'm sorry to say comes mostly from the right. Now, today I'm talking about Lawrence Fox, Suella Braveman, and Sophie Corcoran. They consistently come up with the most unhinged and egregious lies. Instead of debating policy, these three, and by no means are they the only ones, engage in hysteria, which is applied on our media because these people are platformed. So Sadiq Khan won the London mayoralty with a landslide, and the right have not been coping very well. Now, many, including Fox, proclaimed they were finally going to leave. Please do. Just piss off. Stop telling us about it. Stop whining and trying to seek attention. Just do it. Now, Fox went on another unhinged rant on Twitter, as he always does, and he said this: the mayor of London is a Muslim. The mayor of Birmingham is a Muslim. The mayor of Leeds is Muslim. Mayor of Blackburn, Muslim. Mayor of Sheffield is a Muslim. Mayor of Oxford is a Muslim. Mayor of Luton is a Muslim. Mayor of Oldham is Muslim. The mayor of Rochdale is Muslim. All this was achieved by only 4 million Muslims out of 66 million people in England. Today, there are 3,000 mosques in England. There are over 130 Sharia courts. There are more than 50 Sharia councils. 78% of Muslim women do not work, receive state support and free accommodation. 63% of Muslims do not work, receive state support and free housing. State-supported Muslim families with an average of 6 to 8 children receive free accommodation. Now every school in the UK is required to teach lessons about Islam. Has anyone ever been given an opportunity to vote for this? Now, that is just a list of utter lies. He literally pulled that out of his ass, let's be honest, to be racist. Now, most of those mayoral positions, they are not held by Muslims. He just made that up. What he's done is taken all the mayors, historically, past and present, and then found a time when these positions were held by Muslims, and then just collated it together, and that's it. Today, not all of those positions are held by Muslims. He also claims that 63% of all Muslims don't work. That is an absolute lie. The real figure is 6.7%. Now, that tweet wasn't even originally written by him. It's a copy and paste, which was fact-checked back in 2017. Now, Fox has a big following, right? He just spouts this utter shite because he's a deeply deranged person. Now, just a couple of days ago, he shared an image of an upskirt picture of TV presenter Narinder Kaur. It was an old paparazzi photo, but he thought, you know what? It wouldn't at all be creepy and criminal to share it on Twitter because he's an absolute psychopath, which now the police are, thankfully, investigating. We also have Sophie Corcoran, who is literally a rent-a-gob. I'm pretty sure her account is just pure trolling. And she posted a picture from the London Mayor results, which she wasn't the only one doing this, by the way, spreading this lie. But she has 180,000 followers and is platformed on TV. And she said this: imagine if this was the other way around. The left would have a meltdown and say she was being a racist Nazi. As you can see, she shares a photo of Sadiq Khan seemingly refusing to shake Susan Hall's hand. And then apparently the left would call her a Nazi if it is the other way around. I mean, we wouldn't. We would just say that's rude. Again, she's pulling shit out of her ass. Well, it's a lie because, as you can now see, here's an image of them shaking hands. Now, look, I've just plucked random tweets, and the reason is because, one, they're recent, but also, if I were to document how many lies right-wingers push out there, I mean, this video would quite literally last an eternity. Now, Suella Braverman, this is far more significant. She is an elected politician, and with that comes the responsibility to try and contribute to the debate in a grown-up and factual manner. Now, despite being a backbench MP, the BBC decided to interview her, and it just shows how much of a nutcase she is.
We are not delivering for the people. We're not delivering the policies that people want. And it's a disgrace that we are trailing up against Labour, led by Keir Starmer, who has the charisma of a peanut, who is overseeing a party which is a rabble of hard left maniacs, who would undo Brexit, who would open our borders, and who would indoctrinate our institutions and our schools with politically correct madness.
But given all the changes
we shouldn't be trailing to the degree that we are against this Labour Party.
Given all the turmoil.
Now, I'm just lost for words how insane she sounds. Now, first of all, she talks about the need to produce policies that the people want, such as healthcare reform. But I'm sorry, but her whole political identity has been going off at the woke agenda, stopping the boats, attacking benefit claimants. She is in no position to talk about what's popular and what's needed. And then she goes on about Labour being a rabble of hard left maniacs. Sorry? What is hard left about a Labour Party that's stuck 2 fingers up to its own base and have adopted the Tory social and economic policies. When it comes to trans people, Labour have the same policy. When it comes to refugees coming here, they also want to stop the boats. When it comes to the economy, they say they want to grow it in order to improve services and standard of living. That includes cutting taxes for the rich, which is word for word the economic policies of Liz Truss. Labour are a right-wing party, but Braveman is going on national TV proclaiming they are a rabble of hard-left people. It's absolutely delusional. She also claims they will overturn Brexit. I mean, where is the evidence for this? It's completely made up, in which the media barely push back on. Then she talks about indoctrinating our systems, and it's just crazy. If you were a serious journalist and you heard that, right, the only appropriate response would be everything you said is a lie and you have no evidence for your wild claims. This is the right wing in a nutshell. Lying is their modus operandi, and it's getting more and more unhinged. The standard lie used to be, and I miss those times now, the left or Labour will increase the taxes, despite the last two Labour manifestos categorically saying they wanted to raise taxes on the top 5% of the country. That's a classic Tory lie. But now we're hearing more and more insane, crazy talking points, which you would expect from someone who just inhaled an entire spliff in about 5 minutes. This is the level of the national discourse. I want to talk more about policy. I want to see that. I want robust disagreements and debate on social media, but 99% of the time, which again is mostly right-wingers, we're subjected to utter garbage. And they have no morals because they don't care about lying and smearing people as long as it gives them a political advantage. Yet, voters don't seem to be buying this crap. What we learned from the local elections is that the country, based on the results, have moved to the left. The biggest winners were the left. The Tories collapsed, and despite constant platforming of reform, despite GB News, they won 2 councillors and just 1 assembly member. Now contrast that to the Greens and Independents. Now I usually like to do more analytical videos and breakdowns, but today, after seeing so much crap online, I just wanted to focus on that. And I can happily say that despite the right becoming increasingly detached from reality, it seems like voters aren't buying it. Now, this isn't the US, where there's a large constituency of this batshit politics. Here, apart from a very loud minority or a very loud clique, people just don't give a shit. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like and drop a comment. It's good for the algorithm, and I'm interested in what you have to say. If you're not already subscribed, please do, and hit the notification bell. You can also support this channel by becoming a member for 99p per month, and if you're feeling a little more generous, then you can support us on Patreon for £3 or £5 per month. This channel for a while has been uploading every single day, and it's quite a lot of work that is still voluntary and scheduled around my paid work. But I have so much ambition, expect in the future to see more variety in content, such as interviews and Vox Pops. But I want this to be a fully fledged media organisation where not only is this my full-time job, but to have multiple people working for Turn Left. I like to see a live show in the future, more content that delves into culture, history, and much more. But that can only be done if there's money. So please, if you can, support us in any way that's in your capacity. And thank you to existing members, subscribers, and patrons. See you next time.